There are whispers in the shadows. Faint at first, like the soft rustling of leaves in the distance. Only Sheila can hear them. She tries to ignore the strange sounds, dismissing them as figments of her imagination. But they persist, growing louder, more distinct. In her once peaceful home, a new, unsettling presence makes itself known. At night, when the world is silent and still, it lingers. It moves through the darkness, unseen but felt. Each creak of the floorboard sends shivers down Sheila's spine. Each flicker of the lights feels like a message. A warning, perhaps. And then, the inexplicable begins. Small, everyday items, the things she uses and values, start to disappear. First, it's her favorite bracelet. Then, a book she left by her bedside vanishes. She searches everywhere but finds nothing. At first, she tells herself it's nothing. Maybe she misplaced them. Maybe she's been too distracted. But the whispers tell a different story. A story she's not yet ready to face. Her family. They think she's imagining things. You've been working too hard, her mother says with a kind smile. Get some rest. But how can Sheila rest when the shadows in her home seem alive? When every moment alone feels like a step closer to something she doesn't understand. Sheila's world is unraveling, and she doesn't know where to turn. But then, one evening, a guest arrives who will change everything. David Martins, played by Emeka Holdings, is a charismatic family friend. With a smile that lights up the room, he has a way of making everyone feel at ease. He's full of stories, jokes, and a charm that makes Sheila's parents laugh like they haven't in years. But Sheila notices something else. As David speaks, as he moves, there are moments, fleeting but unmistakable, when his eyes seem to follow something she can see. A shadow in the corner. A flicker of movement just behind her. And then, there's the chill. A cold breeze brushes against her neck, though the windows are closed. She shivers, glancing around the room, but no one else seems to notice. David catches her eye and pauses, just for a moment. Does he know? Could he have answers to the questions Sheila hasn't dared to ask? And then, it happens. Late one night, as the house sleeps and the silence feels heavy, the whispers return. They are no longer faint or distant. They are clear, almost as if someone is standing right beside her, speaking words she can't quite understand. The temperature drops suddenly, and Sheila feels the air around her grow thick. Her heartbeat quickens. And then, from the corner of her eye, she sees it. A shadow, moving. She turns slowly, every nerve in her body on edge. And there he is. The ghost. His form is faint, his edges blurred, but his eyes, those sorrowful, piercing eyes, are unmistakable. They seem to look right through her, seeing everything she is and everything she fears. He speaks, and his voice is an echo, deep and filled with pain. You don't know me, but I know you. For a moment, Sheila can't breathe. The air feels too heavy. But she knows, she feels, that her life will never be the same. The ghost is bound to her, and his story is only beginning. Determined to understand the presence that haunts her, Sheila turns to David for help. Together, they search for answers, digging through old family records and forgotten corners of the house. It's in the attic, a place Sheila rarely visits, that they find it. An old chest, covered in dust and hidden beneath a pile of broken furniture. Inside, they discover a diary, its leather cover cracked and its pages yellowed with age. As Sheila reads, the whispers seem to grow louder, as if the ghost himself is urging her to continue. The diary tells a story of betrayal, of heartbreak, and of a connection to Sheila's family that runs deeper than she ever imagined. With every page she turns, the truth becomes clearer, but so does the danger. The ghost's presence becomes stronger, more insistent. He's no longer content to linger in the shadows. He wants something. And Sheila knows she has no choice but to confront him. As Sheila reads the diary, the room begins to change. The air thickens, and the whispers swell, no longer faint but clear and insistent. Sheila feels a sudden pull, like an invisible thread tugging her toward something she can't resist. And then, the world around her shifts. The walls of her home dissolve, replaced by a hazy, flickering vision of another time. She stands in the middle of a bustling marketplace, one she recognizes from old family photos. The ghost is there, but he looks alive. A man in his prime, his face filled with hope and determination. He's arguing with someone, a shadowy figure whose features are blurred, as if the memory itself refuses to reveal them. The argument grows heated, and then, betrayal. Sheila gasps as she watches the scene unfold. The shadowed figure turns their back on the man, walking away as his life crumbles before him. She can feel his pain, his anger, as if it were her own. And just as suddenly as it began, the vision ends, leaving Sheila trembling. The ghost voice echoes in her mind. Now you see. Now you understand. But she doesn't. Not yet. There's more to the story, and Sheila knows she must uncover it before it's too late. As the storm rages outside, Sheila sits in her room, clutching the diary. The whispers are deafening now, but they are no longer just sounds. They are words. Please. Cries for justice. The ghost appears before her, his form flickering like a dying flame. He seems weaker now, as though his time is running out. His sorrowful eyes meet Sheila's, and for the first time, she sees the depth of his pain. They erased me, he says, his voice trembling. My name, my story, everything I was. They took it all, and now I am nothing. Tears stream down Sheila's face as the weight of his words settles over her. She realizes that the ghost isn't just haunting her. He's begging her. Begging for his truth to be known, for his memory to be restored. But how? How can she help him when the people responsible are long gone? The sacred grove crackles with energy as Sheila and David stand before the ghost. His sorrow has turned to fury, his translucent form radiating with power. I can't leave, he says, his voice breaking. Not until they know. Not until it's made right. David steps forward, trying to reason with him. Sheila has done all she can. Let her go. But the ghost shakes his head. It's not enough. He turns to Sheila, his eyes desperate. You must choose. Restore my name, my legacy, or let me fade forever. Sheila's heart pounds. She knows what the ghost is asking will come at a cost. To expose his story, she must unravel long-buried family secrets, secrets that could destroy the ones she loves. But if she does nothing, the ghost will remain trapped, his pain eternal. Tears in her eyes, Sheila makes her decision. She steps forward, her voice steadied despite the fear in her heart. I will help you, she says. No matter the cost. The ghost gazes at her, his expression softening. Thank you, he whispers. And with that, the storm begins to calm. The energy dissipates, and the ghost form fades into the light.